that God has shown mercy. I'm here to testify on behalf of my brother. God has healed him of mental illness. So it all started in 2015, early 2015, when we went to the village for my uncle's wedding. Before the wedding ceremony, my brother started behaving in a weird kind of way. But during the wedding ceremony, he was also still behaving in that way. On our way back to the house, he became violent all of a sudden. It became worse, like his behavior was totally abnormal. It was unlike him. This is a very gentle, kind, calm person. So when it all started, it was very confusing. We didn't know where this had come from. We took him to the hospital in the village, one of the hospitals in the village. They said he had acute malaria. It had entered his brain, that's what they said. They started treatment on him. It wasn't working. We came back to Lagos. We had to admit him in Yaba Psychiatric Hospital, where he stayed for a few months, and when he graduated, it came back in full force. This time around, it was so bad. We had to take him back to Yaba. He stayed there for months. It became worse and worse and worse. He almost started picking things up from the streets. It was terrible. It was a very, very trying period for my family, for my parents, for my siblings. My parents were tired. I was still in school then, so I remember when my mom would be calling me. She would call me, she would be crying, she would say that she wanted to commit suicide, that this disgrace, this pain, that it was too much for her, that she could not bear it. I would keep on encouraging her. In the middle of 2021, we met a prophetess. She said, she requested for a picture. She said what was wrong with my brother was coming from my father's house. We went to the village for liberation. They dug out many things. She came with a group of so-called prophets. They dug out things. They dug out a wooden image. They dug out coins, cowries, roasted nails, pieces of black and red clothes. Pastor Jerry, after that liberation, my brother was out of control. It was so bad. The violence increased tenfold. We couldn't even admit him in the hospital. We were moving from one. In fact, my family was in total chaos. Along the way in 2023, around October, we got information about an herbalist that has been treating and could treat all those kind of mental problems. This man came to Lagos. He tried to treat my brother. As the more we gave him traditional medicine, the more, like, the worse it became. Pastor Jerry, in fact, I had already given up hope, because I felt God was not seeing us. We had given up hope that if this is how we'll be managing this thing, let's just be managing it. But I just said, God, if this is how we'll manage it, give us the strength, give us the financial capability, give us the emotional strength to be able to carry on with this thing. The voice was final. Pastor Jerry, in November, he kept on mentioning every hour of mental insanity.
Arrows of mental insanity. The Lord is reversing it. The Lord is reversing it.
I claimed it. I said it is my brother. After you mentioned that thing, my brother started regaining himself. He started becoming better. In fact, it was unbelievable, Pastor Jerry. If you see my brother today, he is a completely new person. He is more calm, more gentle, in fact, Pastor Jerry, my brother is now the best version of himself. And I'm just here to return all glory to God and say thank you to this God that saw me, that saw my family, that saw my parents, that said he will not allow us to keep on suffering like this, to keep on servicing negativity with our money. Pastor Jerry,